Hello everyone, I am Attorney Farrey. I am your divorce, custody, and child support attorney in Atlanta, Georgia. Those of you who are non-custodial parents, I want to talk to you about how you can get a reasonable child support amount. If you are paying child support, whether you are the father, mother, non-custodial parent, non-custodial legal guardian, essentially there is a way that you can request from the court that you have a lower, more reasonable child support amount, so that way you can take care of your daily living expenses as well as take care of your children. 5 ways that you can request a reasonable child support amount or get that amount that you've currently been ordered reduced. First way, if you decide to make a conscious decision to place your children on your own health insurance or your dental insurance or vision insurance, you can receive credit for the monthly premium amounts that you pay for just that child. That's the first way you can get credit on the child support worksheet to reduce your child support obligation. If you maintain that insurance, you have proof of it, and you can show the court how much you pay every month or how much comes out of your check every month for that child, your child support amount can be reduced. Second way, if you want custodial parenting time with your kids, you need to go get a court order to establish what we call in Georgia a parenting plan. If you establish a parenting plan that spells out in great details how much time the child spends with you versus how much time the child spends with the custodial parent, that parenting time can be taken into consideration by a court in determining whether or not it's in your children's best interest to reduce the child support obligation, so that way you can afford to take care of the kids when the kids are with you versus when the kids are with the other parent. So if you don't have a court-ordered parenting time schedule, go ahead, file for a custody and parenting time court order with the court. Get that parenting time established, get as much time as you can, and that way you'll have a good argument to the court as to how you can reduce your child support obligation. Third way, if you already have that court-ordered parenting time, or you have filed for it and you're waiting to be granted that court-ordered parenting time, and you know that it's going to cost you some money to exercise that parenting time, we call that travel-related expenses as it relates to your visitation. So if you have that parenting time already court-ordered and it's costing you an arm and a leg just to be able to exercise that parenting time, and you can't afford to exercise the parenting time and also pay the court-ordered child support amount, then you can file to request that the court gives you what we call a travel expenses deviation. So let's say you have to hop on a plane to go visit your child in California or down in Florida, or you have to make that long drive to South Carolina, or you have to drive back and forth from the Atlanta metro area to the Macon or Albany, Georgia area. That's an extensive amount of time that may be incurred. Let's say you have gas-related expenses or you have hotel-related expenses, any expenses that you have to incur during that time to even carry out and exercise your parenting time with your children. Save those receipts, save that evidence, present it in court, and you may be entitled to a reduction in your child support obligation. So that way you can visit your child and have that time with your children, as well as pay a reasonable amount of child support. The fourth way that you can request that the court reduces your child support obligation is you can ask the court to give you a reduction based on the fact that the custodial parent gets to claim the children on their taxes. Most people don't know that. Most lawyers don't use that argument. In fact, I have yet to hear an attorney, other than myself, use that argument in court. Here's the thing, in Georgia, there are several different reasons you can request a deviation from child support, and the most unused reason that many people don't know about and they overlook is the fact that the custodial parent can claim the child under federal law on their taxes. And because of that, you can ask the court to take that into consideration, that the custodial parent is receiving that right and receiving that money every single year, and have the court consider reducing your child support obligation, so that way it's more affordable for you to be able to take care of your children. The fifth and final way that you can have your child support reduced, you can ask the court to take into consideration your expenses. We call that a low income deviation. And what that means is if you believe that the child support that's been court ordered is going to create a financial hardship on you, then you can ask the court to take into consideration your reasonable expenses that you incur every month, weigh that against how much the child support is, and the court will consider the child's expenses, any hardship that a reduction in child support may cause on the custodial parent, and the court will weigh all of those factors and hear you out and consider whether or not you would be granted what we call a low income deviation. So those are 5 ways and 5 things that you should consider asking the court to take into consideration in determining whether or not to give you a more reasonable child support amount. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know in the comments what questions you have, whether or not you think these are 5 good reasons or any other reasons that you think the court should take into consideration. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.